So if you don't think that the US government steeps its education system in heavy propaganda, well, I've got one question for you. Did you know that Martin Luther King Jr. was a socialist? And not only was he a socialist, but he stated many times that racism and capitalism were inseparably intertwined. He went as far as to say, and I quote, "The evils of capitalism are as real as the evils of militarism and racism. The problems of racial injustice and economic injustice cannot be solved without a radical redistribution of political and economic power." Every year we celebrate MLK through a federal holiday. And every year we teach millions of school children lessons about his role in the civil rights movement and his fight against racism. Yet somehow most Americans are shocked to learn that MLK was a socialist. And it's not like that's because socialism was some mere anecdote in his history. It was integral in his fight against racism. He literally said that the problems of racism could not be solved without the radical redistribution of wealth. Yet somehow, most Americans are shocked to learn that MLK was a socialist. And it's not like this is some mere anecdote in his life that wasn't worth mentioning. As you can see from that quote, he said that the evils of capitalism are as real as the evils of militarism and racism. The man we celebrate every year for his fight against racism said himself that racism could not be solved without a radical redistribution of wealth. And yet, very few people know about that, because the US government does not want them to. They want to teach us a whitewashed and watered down version of history, one which minimizes the role capitalism plays in maintaining racial oppression. They have turned MLK the man into MLK the myth. After he died and could no longer fight back himself, they transformed him from a powerful revolutionary into a symbol of falsified racial equality and tranquility. They turned him into the thing he hated most, the liberal moderate who prefers the absence of conflict to the presence of justice. And I think that is a tragedy.